it's been a great transition. The players been great. The people here have been welcoming. So I'm excited.
How did you kind of approach recruiting when you came in? Because I'm sure that's different than when you have to kind of build up a position versus coming into an already established one.
I think that, with the transfer portal and all that good stuff, you want to try to find guys um, that got a chip on their shoulder. You want to try to find guys that you kind of already knew in the process. In New Mexico, we had good success because the guys that we brought in, we had relationships with those guys before they even hit the portal. So you kind of go back to that because I think that when you're in the building, you want to find guys that you know and you trust because it's a you really don't know what you're going to get. So I think that makes it easier if you already kind of know guys going forward, and then that can kind of make that process a little bit more easier in the transition of it.
Bringing in Cameron Pettaway and
Yeah.
Salahadin Allah. Hope I said that correctly.
Yeah, Salahadin Allah.
Allah, that was close.
Yeah.
Those two kids, what kind of traits did they have that brought you to them?
Well, Salahadin, I recruited him out of high school, so I knew him. He was committed to me at Sam Houston for 6 months, and then he committed to Oregon State that last week of recruiting back in, what was that, 2004, something like that. So I already knew him. Salahadin's a big, fast guy, got a good agile, super explosive, ran 10.8 in high school at like 195. Now he's a little bit overweight. We got to get him down back to about 215, 210. But first of all, he's a good kid. He was class president in his high school, super smart, super intelligent, come from a really good family background. Just a trace with him with good power and combination, good power and speed, something that's rare. You can't find very often, but with good character. So that's the biggest thing with him that's intrigued me. Not only his skill set is good, but his character is excellent. And I think that once we get him going in the right direction and get his way down, I think he'll be a force to be reckoned with. Cam Pettaway, man, he's electric. He's a MAC player, freshman of the year. And, he's a smaller dude, but he have really good bursts out of stance, first 10 to 15-yard burst suddenness, good twitch about him, can make guys miss in space, can really have a change of pace of the game type guy. And so excited about him. He's a great kid as well, come from a great family background. And again, the character of these young men is what really intrigues me. When you find guys that can play football and that's very competitive but have really good character, that intrigues me when in the recruiting process.
With Pettaway, you see him, with all the stats on kick return. Are those kind of the attributes that you're talking about, the twitchiness, ability to miss in space?
Yeah, even on quick kick return, he's a force. But like if you turn on the tape and just see the guy running between the tackles, he ain't scared to run it between the tackles. But you can see the sudden quickness and the twitchiness in him and the bursts. Coming out in and out his cuts and his stance was very, very electric. But the first play ever in his college career, he took it back for a touchdown on kick return. So. And he's a young dude, so I'm really excited to see what he's going to bring to the table, how he's going to compete in this style of play of football, and that we're going to run here at Iowa State.
Having an appreciation for running backs, I'm sure you got an opportunity to talk to Eddie George about him. What was it like to be able?
I didn't get a chance to talk to Coach George about him, but knowing who Coach Eddie is and the type of career he had, I know he's probably serious about running back. So I knew that getting him getting him on a visit, talking football with him, you can tell that he was intelligent, and Eddie George had a piece of that, of teaching him the game and understanding pass pro, even as a scat back. So getting the guy from Eddie George tree is probably not a bad deal. But I didn't get a chance to talk with him through the recruiting process. I did communicate with Coach George a couple of years ago at the NFL Combine. He's a super dude as well. So I'm sure that he got a really good start to his career because of Coach George.
How's Ryver Peppers looking coming off his injury?
Man, he's looking well. I think he's progressing along pretty fast. He just got out the boot a couple of weeks ago, so I think he's progressing, and I'm excited about Rivers. You turn on his high school tape, you turn on some practice film. He's big and fast and he's explosive, so hopefully we can get him back sometime, later in the season, but we'll see what happens.
And Aiden Flora, as one of the main returners from the team last year, what are you looking for from him on the field and off the field, and helping people acclimate?
Yeah, with him being here already, being a guy that played, that's familiar with Iowa State, I expect him to be a leader in his room. I expect him to help these young guys come along, these new guys come along, and learn how to continue to practice and be a pro on and off the field. He got excellent skill set as well with his kick return ability.